down at Thorney Weir today, just off the M25. Got a 48-hour session in front of me, really looking forward to it. So let's get the gear unpacked, let's get the fishing. That's my spot I've just found. Took me a little bit of work with the marker float, but it was good. It's a very weedy lake. Before it, run up to the float, it's about 3 foot of water, solid weed, and then it gradually slopes up to about 2 foot with a nice harder bottom, more firm to the touch, probably a gravel bar, right underneath that float, and then it goes back down to 3 foot behind it into more weed, and then harder again up to the island. But I think I can consistently cast to that float quite easily. It's much better surface to present the bait on. Yeah, that looks like my first spot sorted. Right, it's about midday now. I'm on my own for today. Matt's coming down after work this evening. Nothing as of yet. It's a big old lake. It's the first time I've been here. It's quite a large lake, a lot of weed growth, etc. I found a clear spot towards one of my features. Nice gravel bar raised up, like I just showed you with the marker float. That's got one rod on it. That's got a boilie single cell with a fake maggot attached to the end as a boilie stop. And down to my right as well, I've seen a bit of activity. There's a lot of overhanging trees, thick weeds, just stinks of carp. So down there I've just simply got PVA bag, solid PVA bag, packed with loose boilies, chopped, little PVA mix with a pop-up on it, a pop-up banana and pineapple boilie. Down the right there, just to see if I can entice about at the margins. I'm going to spend all day just looking at the lake. I've really got to learn my way around. Like I said, never been here, but it's a great venue. It's got fish up to 40 odd pounds. It's got, I think it's 4 known fish over 40, so definitely a potential PB in here, shall we say. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll see you soon with big fish in my hands. Second rod's just over there behind that tree. Really stuck down with the snags. Good chance. Get a fish out there, I think. I've seen a few bubbles coming up. Stinks of carp. That's the exceptionally simple rig that I'm using. Just a cell topped with a fake maggot, a blowback rig, size 8 wide gape, a little bit of the braid strips here onto a short hook length, or short to medium hook length. That's going on my clearer spot. Hopefully I'll get on soon. Well, it's turned pretty miserable, so we can do is sit in the bivvy and wait for this to pass and hope it wakens up the fish. Right, it's about 6 o'clock now. Matt's on his way, he's nearly here. Nothing all day, it has absolutely chucked it down for about 3 or 4 hours. It's rained so much at the front of my swim. It's getting dangerously close to flooding over, shall we say, but yeah, that means I've been tucked up in the bivvy all day. Did venture out once or twice, got absolutely drenched. Just repositioned both my rods for the nights. Changed over the white pop-up to a pink Plum Newtonic one from Nutribaits, and I found a different spot for my left rod. I mean, what I've been pulling in the weed has been packed with natural food, and you've got to think like the carp are going to be feeding in the weed. Like the gravel bars are there, yeah, but it's such an obvious place. So what I've done is found just a less dense patch of weed. It's still weedy, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as thick as the rest of the stuff. It's little enough weed that I'm happy to present a bait there, put it that way. So just literally 40 yards out in front of me, I found a spot just like that. So I've got that baited up now, and I've got the left hand rod on that, ready for the night. Probably do another entry when Matt gets here, or if I get a fish beforehand, hopefully. But yeah, so no luck today, but we're here again tonight. So as you can see, Matt's here. It's pitch black now. I think it's coming up to about 11:15. Matt got here around 7:30. He walked around to me. Both decided that where I was probably the best option out of everywhere. So got his gear in, took a couple of hours and set up. But I'll let Matt explain what he's doing.
Yeah. See, I was a bit rushed for time racing against the light before it got too dark, so I couldn't see what I was doing. I had a little play around with the marker rod. It's quite thick weed here, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
And it really does interfere with the fishing, especially where you want to cast your rods. And we want to rest assured that we've got good presentation in the night and throughout the day tomorrow. So, like I said, I had to play around with the marker rod. Really, I had a lot of resistance where the thick weed was, but you really do notice where the clear patches are. Just the ease that you can bring the lead back through it. I found a couple of nice patches. Quite hard. I wouldn't quite say they were gravel bars, but it was definitely quite hard and less resistance. So whether it be, it definitely is not silty. It's just a hard bottom, really. So yeah, I've stuck a single cell out there, tipped with maize, yellow maize. That's been glugged in new Grange, so that was clipped up and put right on the money. And I've also got my other rod just to the left here in the margin. Got an overhanging tree. We'll show you in the daytime tomorrow properly, so you can see where we've actually got our rods out. But yeah, I've heavily baited them quite a bit. I say heavily, they're not too bad, to be honest. I've probably put just under 1 kilo of cell out on both spots, combined. And I've, on this one in the margin, I've sprinkled some pellets out and some other bits and bobs on there. So yeah, just got to kind of wait and see, really.
Yeah, I think bait application is definitely important. Some people, what you sense is a lot is in the winter people are putting hardly any bait, and then suddenly as soon as it gets warm, foot on the pedal as much as you can put in. I'm of the opinion that you have to gradually increase your bait as it gets warmer and warmer. It's warm, but it's not hot by any means. The fish are more active than they were in winter, but they're not at their peak. So don't, in my opinion, put kilos and kilos and kilos in. Gradually increase the bait application, and I think just match the fish's mood, really. That's what we're trying to do. Some fish have come out in the last couple of days from here. A guy last night caught a 38 pounder. Like I said earlier in the video, there are 4 known 40s. So definitely some big fish swimming around, and they actually held the British Carp Championships here early April, and I'm pretty sure it was either the swim we're in or the swim next door that won, and they caught 14 carp in, it might have been 24 or 36 hours they were here.
Yeah, but I'd say this is our first time on the lake. It's a bigger lake than we usually fish, to be honest, but obviously progressing our angling, we need to step up, as you do to catch the bigger ones. The lakes we've been fishing have got big fish in them, but we thought it was time for us to fish a pit.
Yeah,
we fished a couple of pits before, but yeah, the good head of big fish are in here. So this is 16.5 acres, I believe. And to be honest, most of it is just open water. You've got 3 islands in front of us and just to the right hand side, but otherwise it's all going to be underwater features. It's going to be a lot of marking. It'd be interesting to play around for a few hours once we've kind of done with our fishing tomorrow, just as we're about to pack up or something, just play around with the marker rod, so that next time we come we know exactly where we want to go. Chatting with a guy earlier on when I popped down, said how he'd been getting on. He actually just set up himself, but he fishes this regularly, and he said there's a lot of bars in here, you just need to find them. Obviously the more you fish a venue, the more hotspots you can find.
It's like Gabriel's that you've seen us fish a couple of times. Me and Matt have fished it a number of times in the past, and we can sort of walk onto that lake now and see 1 or 2 fish and know exactly 3 or 4 hot spots in that swim that we can hit a firm bottom, hit a feature, and we know that we're going to be in a chance of a fish. But obviously that's a small lake. A lake like this size, it would take years to learn that sort of knowledge, but you know, it's part of the campaign, really, isn't it? Fishing's not just a one-night game, it's a multiple-year game. Like we said, it's our first time, and we don't really know what the lake's going to do at night, but hopefully next time you see us, one of us will have a decent fish in our hands. If not, we'll talk you through in the morning how we're going to change our approach, having caught nothing.
Hopefully we'll catch something. But the good thing is as well, water pressure, or the pressure in general, is meant to be 1,035 tomorrow, and they normally say anything above 1,015 or so is where the fish start to come up in the water columns and kind of hang near the surface, or certainly higher up in the water. So tomorrow, bang on the zigs. We've got the new zig bugs from Nash. I've tried them once, didn't have any luck with them, but I didn't have anything in my bottom bait either that day. So it's a different venue. It was a really windy day. It wasn't particularly the best conditions. It chucked it down with rain, and it was meant to be an overnighter, and it turned into just a day session. So, but yeah, we're going to bang on the zigs tomorrow. We'll show you how we tie our rigs, and yep,
sounds good. So
hopefully we might even speak to you in the night with a beautiful common or a mirror in our hands. But yeah, we wait and see how it goes.
Alright, nice one. See you later.
how bad the weed really is here. Obviously there are clear patches, but trying to find one, managed to bring all of this in. Times like this, I stupidly forgot to bring my rake with me. Basically it just pops on the end of this, cast it out to a weedy area, and you can kind of drag all the weed in and clear a spot for yourself. But me being a numpty, I forgot to bring it with me today, but I'll get around.
10 o'clock in the morning, nothing in the night, unfortunately. A few bleeps, we were up a little bit. Yeah, not a lot to say, to be honest. I've put one out in the zig now, one of those little Nash zig bugs, which I'll show you in a moment. That's the white and black, yellow and black one. And I've now got a nice gravel bar to the left that I managed to find this morning. I put a single cell out on that plug, which is a little stick mix with some particle and the chili mix that mainlines do, ideally 4 stick mixes. Yeah, just going to wait and see what happens. We haven't seen any carp jump at all, no activity, we've seen no bubbles. The guys to the left of us have caught nothing overnight. So yeah, it's pretty dead at the moment. It's quite overcast now though, so yeah, just gonna have to wait and see, and hopefully next time we tune in we'll have something to show you, but at the moment there's not much to tell, I'm afraid.
Well, that's it for this session. Unfortunately our first blank for you. We didn't expect too much coming down for such a short session on such a vast expanse of water. I think we've definitely both learned a lot from this one.
Definitely, it's taught us how tricky fishing in weed can be. To be honest, the smaller lakes that we usually fish, say this 16.5 acres, we don't normally fish anything this big. But again, we're progressive anglers, so we're looking to fish these bigger pits now. So yeah, we've got to kind of tackle the weed where we can, and we adapted our tactics to suit it. We found some like clear areas. I found a bar, sitting on the bar, a gravel bar that is. So yeah, we found the clear areas, but unfortunately the fish is not about. We're not the only ones. I say in the time that we've been here, nobody has caught. There's probably about 6 anglers, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say roughly.
Like 6 pegs taken at the moment. So there must be at least 18 lines in the water, but unfortunately nobody's had anything at all.
We're definitely feeling this could be the start of a mini campaign for us. It's not too far away, and something which we've not said yet is this place is actually only £15 to fish for 24 hours, and that's close to half price for most venues. And I mean, coming here with the ability to catch 4 40s, a ton of 30s and 20s, you can't say no really. Like, it's only about an hour away from us, so hopefully we should be putting a few more
We've
visits.
learned a lot. We won't go home too disappointed, but we'll definitely be back for, like Chris said, a campaign session. I'm hoping to put in a good 3 days the next time we come back down.
100%. Like the guys that are on our left, they've already been down a day longer than us, and they've still not had anything. The guys that I talked to when I first got here yesterday morning, who had caught fish the night before, they'd been here for 4 or 5 days already. It is that sort of really session lake.
Yeah, but then the fish are that size that it is worth waiting for. But for those of you who can't necessarily get down for that length of time, I'm not too sure what it's like in the summer. I assume it would pick up, and obviously we've seen or heard of fish being caught here in the daytime. So it's not necessarily just a night session water, but it certainly helps, I think, to be at it for a long time and sit there for a good session and spot
build
up
up
well.
the swim. And so next time you see us, it's in all likelihood we'll probably be back here again.
Yeah.
We've got a few different episodes coming up, a book review, things like that. A couple of little just things different for you to see, and hopefully, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter, which is at Apex Angling, all one word. Check out Thorney Weir's website as well. We'll leave that below, and you can see pictures of the great stunning fish they've got in here. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time.
That's about it. Nice one.
Nice one.